Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're tackling something really fundamental in the digital world, this idea of symbiotic intelligence. And tied to that, businesses that just never sleep.
Exactly. We're looking closely at a company called DE24x7. Their whole model, their philosophy, it's built around matching the world's 24/7 pulse.
Keeping pace constantly.
It's more than just automation. It's about, persistent, intelligent action.
Okay, and the origin story here is quite something. It really sets the scene.
It does. Picture this. Berlin, 3:17 in the morning.
Specific.
Very. The founder, Prem Sankar Singh, is just staring at this analytics dashboard. It's flatlined.
Ouch. Even with good campaigns running.
The best campaigns, sharpest strategy. But the minute the human team logged off for the night, momentum just died.
That 3:17 a.m. moment?
Yeah.
I think a lot of people running businesses today can feel that dread.
Absolutely. You invest so much, but for 8 hours, maybe more, the world keeps turning. Leads come in, issues pop up.
But the team's asleep.
Right. The digital world doesn't clock out. Prem saw this huge mismatch. Our systems are always on, but our ability to act on them isn't.
So the core question became, why does business sleep when the world doesn't?
Yeah, it's a really powerful question when you think about operations, a fundamental disconnect.
Always on systems, but part-time expertise.
And he wasn't just looking for a quick fix like an overnight call center.
No.
He wanted something integrated, something that could maintain the quality, the intent of the human team, but operate autonomously around the clock.
Okay, let's unpack that solution then, because the goal wasn't just another agency, right?
Not at all. He wanted to engineer a rhythm, a self-sustaining system built for perpetual motion.
That word system feels important here.
It's key. I mean, think about it. So many businesses are just drowning in tools.
Too many logins.
Exactly. Disconnected platforms, APIs that barely speak the same language. It's a complex.
So DT24x7's approach was integration, simplification.
Integration and, maybe complex reduction is a good way to put it. Bringing everything necessary under one roof.
Okay, what's under that roof? You mentioned 4 components.
Right. 4 pillars working together. First, the foundation, full stack marketing capabilities, the basics done right.
Got it. Building blocks.
Then you layer on what they call agentic AI.
Agentic AI. That sounds like the core intelligence.
It's the backbone, yeah. It breathes life into that marketing stack. But critically, it's paired with 2 human elements.
Okay.
Deep consulting and training so people stay in control, understand the system, and, absolutely essential, 247 technical support.
To catch anything that goes wrong anytime.
Instantly. If something breaks at 4 a.m., it gets addressed. No waiting till morning.
So it's tech monitoring combined with AI strategy. But you said it started from frustration and empathy.
Yeah, that's what comes through in their materials. It wasn't just about efficiency. It was seeing good ideas, good people, burning out, trying to keep up manually.
Wanting to protect that human energy.
Exactly. And that empathy, that frustration turned outwards really leads into their core philosophy.
Okay, let's talk philosophy. Because moving from a tech stack to a company's actual DNA, that's often the differentiator.
It really is. Think about that small early team. Just 4 people. 2 devs, a designer, a strategist.
Lanny.
And their focus wasn't just on what they were building, but how it should feel, how it should interact.
It's how technology should interact with people.
Precisely. They questioned the basic assumption that AI is just for grunt work, for replacing repetitive tasks.
Instead, they asked,
How can the machine reflect the best parts of human interaction? Not just faster, but maybe better, more empathetic.
shifting from pure efficiency to relational quality.
You got it. And that led to some really interesting, kind of provocative questions they used internally.
Like what?
Things like, what if a website could actually feel emotion or respond to it? What if a chat agent could understand the nuance in someone's tone, not just the keywords they type?
That's a big leap from standard chatbots.
Huge. And the biggest question, what if AI wasn't a replacement, but more like a reflection of the human mind at its absolute best? Strategic, empathetic, but also tireless.
Okay, so that's where the philosophy comes from. We don't automate, we humanize.
That's the line. It's bold, right? Especially for autonomous algorithms running 24/7.
Definitely bold. How do they define that, being the meeting point of emotion and intelligence?
They talk about using algorithms for empathy, using systems for consistent storytelling, keeping the brand voice true.
But let's push on that a bit. Humanizing AI. That sounds great. But how do you stop it from feeling creepy, that uncanny valley thing? Or worse, manipulative?
That's a crucial question. Their approach, from what we've seen, seems to be about building really rigorous, intentional guardrails into the design.
Guardrails, meaning?
Designing the algorithms to prioritize clear communication, genuine problem solving, not just chasing engagement metrics at any cost, aiming for something that feels authentic even though it's code-driven.
Okay, so this vision grows, and the client projects start feeding back into the system, becoming more complex.
Exactly. They move from deploying pretty standard tools to creating these tailored, self-running ecosystems.
And each client added to the learning.
Essentially, yes. Every client project became like a new neuron firing in their central system. They weren't just solving one problem. They were figuring out the generalizable intelligence from that solution.
And baking that back into the core platform.
Right, which is how they could scale the 24/7 aspect. It's this rapid buildup of collective intelligence.
And the range of projects shows that learning curve, doesn't it? You mentioned a local cafe.
Yeah, simple stuff like faster delivery logistics, operational efficiency.
All the way to a major supermarket needing a sophisticated AI voice agent.
Right, handling complex orders late at night, sounding natural, understanding accents, much harder problems, and startups needing multilingual sites that still felt personal.
So this constant learning directly led them to define their main offering as, remind me.
Agentic AI solutions. And this is really the key technical point for anyone listening who's deep in AI.
Agentic AI. What makes it agentic? How is it different from, say, a standard bot using a large language model?
Good question. It's about more than just responding. An agentic AI, in their definition, needs specific capabilities.
Right.
1, memory. Real long-term context, often using sophisticated vector databases, not just the last few lines of chat.
Okay, memory. What else?
2, planning. It has to be able to take a high-level human goal, something complex, and break it down into concrete steps.
Ah, okay, so it strategizes.
Yes. And 3, tool use. It needs the ability to decide which digital tools it needs to actually do those steps. Accessing a CRM, firing up a design tool, connecting to a payment system.
So if a human says optimize the European sales funnel.
The agent doesn't just wait for instructions. It starts planning, selecting the right tools from its kit, and taking autonomous action. Listening, learning, and deciding.
That level of autonomy, it brings up questions about proprietary knowledge, doesn't it? If every client project feeds the main brain, how do clients know their specific intelligence isn't just benefiting everyone else or creating lock-in?
That's a core tension, absolutely. With any managed AI service, really. Their answer seems to be transparency in the output and the process, even if the underlying base model is shared.
How so?
The collective intelligence speeds things up, improves the quality for everyone. But the specific architecture for a client, the unique planning framework, the way it uses tools for their goals, that part needs to be auditable, accessible. They have to show the AI is advancing the client's specific strategy.
Okay, that makes sense. So this 2-4-7 rhythm isn't just tech. It had to become the company culture, too.
Oh, absolutely. That's often the hardest part, right? Building a truly global, always-on team.
And their mantra reflects that. Technology is easy, humanity is hard, we choose both.
Yeah. To make it work, they had to embrace asynchronous work not just as a compromise, but as a core strength. You can't force 9 to 5 across time zones for 247 coverage.
So how did they hire for that?
They had this really interesting kind of disruptive interview question at the heart of it.
Which was?
Simply, what time do you come alive?
Huh. That's brilliant. It's simple, but it cuts right to it, focusing on individual energy peaks.
Exactly. Enabling true 247 collaboration. You might have a designer in Berlin who's sharpest late at night brainstorming with a marketer in Delhi who's an early riser. It works because the system supports it.
But managing that, the handovers between people working at completely different times must be tricky. How do they avoid dropping the ball?
That's where the system becomes crucial again. They rely on really rigorous, standardized handover protocols, digital baton passing, they call it.
Okay.
The agentic AI isn't just running client campaigns, it's also generating structured, real-time status updates. So the Night Owl developer in Amsterdam knows exactly where the early bird strategist in Lisbon left off.
The technology enforces the collaboration standard.
You got it.
Yeah.
It enables people to work when they're best while keeping everything synchronized. Data, empathy, design, all flowing.
So they're kind of living proof that collaboration doesn't need to sleep either.
That's the idea. The automation supports the human element, lets people work better.
Which brings us to where they are now. They're talking about being more than just a company, calling it a movement against downtime.
Right. A movement with a name for the future. The age of symbiotic intelligence.
Symbiotic intelligence. Define that.
It's about a new partnership model. The roles are clear. humans. We set the intention, the strategy, the creativity, the ethics, the brand soul, the empathy.
We provide the why and the what.
Exactly. The AI then carries that intention forward. It executes, it optimizes, learns, adapts tirelessly, 204/7.
And together, that creates momentum.
Unstoppable momentum, ideally, because the execution never stops and the human oversight keeps refining the direction.
And this vision gives us a glimpse of what's next, right? Things relevant to anyone listening who's managing a brand or product.
Definitely. We're seeing the start of innovations that really push personalization and execution. Think about voice agents that genuinely sound like your brand.
Trained on its specific language, its tone.
Exactly. Or websites that can actually rewrite and optimize their own copy based on live performance data. No waiting for the A/B test results next week.
Wow.
Systems that predict market shifts, optimize campaigns on the fly, adapt to what competitors are doing, all happening automatically, maybe while you sleep.
So for everyone listening, what's the takeaway? If AI handles the 204/7 execution, what does your team do?
Your focus shifts massively. You're no longer primarily managing the output, the content, the campaigns, the bug fixes.
You're managing the intention.
Precisely. Your team's job becomes setting the nuanced tone, the strategic direction, the ethical boundaries within which those 247 AI agents operate. You define the rules of engagement.
That sounds incredibly high stakes, though. If the AI is listening, learning, and deciding on its own at 4 a.m., what happens when it makes a mistake? Where are the breaks?
That's where built-in risk mitigation has to be non-negotiable. First, rigorous audit trails. Every decision the AI makes has to be logged and traceable.
Okay, accountability.
Second, for high-stakes decisions, you need automatic escalation. If the system detects something weird, a huge budget spike it didn't expect, a surge in complaints, it has to be programmed to pause that action.
And wake someone up.
And flag the right human, immediately. Regardless of time zone. The human is always the final check, the ultimate arbiter, but they only get pulled in when absolutely necessary.
It really comes back to their taglines, doesn't it? Always on, always ahead.
And that core belief, every brand has a heartbeat. Ours just never stops. It's that blend of tireless tech and very intentional human guidance.
So key takeaways. AI shifting from mere automation to enabling humanization. The rise of complex, capable agentic AI, and the need for businesses to build a true 247 operational rhythm, culturally and technically.
Absolutely. We covered a lot of ground there.
Okay, so here's a final thought for you to chew on as you step away from this deep dive. In this age of symbiotic intelligence, where AI constantly learns from the data it generates, what's the single most valuable piece of data your organization isn't capturing right now? Oh, customers, operations, anything. That if you could capture it and feed it into an agentic AI, might fundamentally change your momentum.
That's a deep one. Something to think about in our always-on world. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
We'll get you next time.